Hello and welcome along to the 6th and penultimate episode of this FM20 Touch challenge with me, Daniel. It's the Invincibles challenge with Bayer Leverkusen. It hasn't quite gone to plan so far, but despite losing that unbeaten record and ultimately failing the specific challenge, we're still in with a chance of achieving greatness as we've managed to claw our way into the title race. And there's no way of hiding the game we're playing today. It's first v second as we face RB Leipzig, and a win today will put the gap down to just 1 point with one game of the league season remaining and lead us for a grandstand finish tomorrow, something I'm potentially very excited about. But we'll have to wait and see if we can get that victory. Strong win, not ideal conditions today, and a brilliant young manager in Julian Nagelsmann, who's been highly coveted and talked about in England too. His stats are incredible, still only 32 years of age, guiding Leipzig above the likes of us, Bayern and Borussia Dortmund. He really has done a quite remarkable job, and he'll be hoping to wrap up the title with at least a point. But firstly, as it is Boxing Day, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. A massive thank you for supporting the series and channel as always. I greatly appreciate it and can't thank you enough for giving it a try. If you are enjoying it and looking forward to this title decider, please do put a thumbs up on the video. And if you're new to the channel, then subscribe for daily FM20 content from 2 long-term stories every day at 4:30. We're not going to talk too much about what's gone before or any of the action off the pitch at the moment. Leipzig have got 4 players out injured and 1 doubtful too. We've got Moussa Diaby doubtful, the wonder kid. A little bit less of a threat off the bench, but we've still got our first 11 raring to go. So against RB Leipzig, we want to see who their stars are, which players are at the top of their threat list now. And Kevin Campbell is marked as the key player there. A really good Slovenian at 29 years of age. He's had a pretty strong season for them. But let's go and have a look at the 11 they've got as well. See if we can find any other names that stand out. And there's a big one up front, and I'm surprised he's not their key player. Timo Werner, the German centre forward, 25 caps, electric quick. He's at 24 years of age, still a very young player. I'm sure we had him in our Newcastle save last year, the Christmas challenge we did in FM19, and he was absolutely brilliant for us in that one, and it looks like he's doing the same here with Leipzig. He's joined up front by Yusuf Poulsen, the Dane, another good striker who can't really finish, but he's electric quick, really good physically, strong mentally too, a really good creative player to have up there. And they've got some other really strong players too, the former Liverpool Hungarian keeper Gulkazi, 30 years of age now, a really solid competitor, and plenty of other good players in the lineup and on the bench, including Ethan Ampadu, the old Chelsea youngster. Still on loan there at the moment, pretty famous in the news last week for cutting all his hair off, nothing else more exciting than that, but he's another good player who's been playing a lot of games, so we may well come up against him today too. They've still got the likes of Marcel Sabitzer, he's on the bench, another recognisable player, so many good names in this team, and a home game that's going to be very difficult, but if we can win it, we'll surely be up there as favourites for the title. It could be a grandstand final game tomorrow, but we have to win this one to make it happen. If we draw, the gap's 4 points with 1 to go. We know we're out of it if we lose as well, and Bayern could then overtake us into second, which means we could be stuck down in 3rd place. But let's go and have a look at the 11 we picked today. We've gone for a pretty predictable lineup. It's exactly the same 11 and 20 in total, so you'll probably be able to name most of them by now. We've got Hradecki in goal as the sweeper keeper, Weiser and Wendell the wing backs on support and attack, then Tar and Retsos the ball playing centre halves, Aaron Gees the deep line playmaker, Demir Bay the designated set piece taker as well as the advanced playmaker on support, Havertz the number 10 on attack, then Bailey and Bellarabi off the wings, and then Kevin Volland the pressing forward up front, hoping to get back to goal scoring form. Let's go and get into this title decider. It's going to be a massive game in this series. If we win it, we've got the brilliant episode to finish tomorrow. If not, it's going to be a bit of an anti-climax. Okay, the familiar 5-3-2 from the away side today seems to have worked pretty well for them this year. We've come up against it in almost all of the games, pretty unpredictable levels of success, but with 30 seconds gone here we've conceded a free kick, Demir Bay heads away as far as Havertz, and now on the counter we've got a chance to nick an early goal. Havertz is surging past everyone down the right. There's 2 in the box if he can find them, delivers to Bailey at the back stick, and from 8 yards he's blasted it over on the volley. A really careless finish, he leant back and got under it. Well, 7 minutes gone, one of their centre-halves has already picked up a booking. I'm sure he's been linked with Arsenal in real life. He's a really good player and he's physically very strong too. Technically a brilliant defender. He's pretty much got everything you'd want. Well, what a boring game this has been. 26 minutes gone and now it's a Leipzig corner. Werner volleys in, we're 1-0 down. We're going to be forced to go positive because we haven't had a shot on target yet. Timo Werner with his 23rd of the season, and it looks like that push for the title's a bit too far. Although we're going to meet our season expectations, the top 3 place is going to be wrapped up. If we don't stay unbeaten and we don't win the title, we're probably going to be a bit of a failure here. And Retsos is about to be sent off, I think. It looked like he was going through one-on-one. Red card for Retsos, we're now down to 10. We've got no chance of getting back into this now, so we'll drop back to balanced. I don't even know who we sacrifice. I think it's going to be Darren Bailly we take off. He's going to be replaced by Havertz in the middle, and then Darren Bailly's going to go back to centre half. Dragovic will come on the left side of the fence. We'll leave Havertz as an advanced playmaker on support, but we've got absolutely no chance now, and this has turned into a really disastrous episode for us. They've got a free kick to try and double their lead. Campbell takes, he does just that, right into the top corner, and what an absolute disastrous day. This is a pretty bad ending to the series. We might even not bother with tomorrow, because this has been absolutely calamitous. A red card down to 10 men, 2 goals conceded in half an hour, and you can't begrudge Leipzig winning the title. They've certainly deserved it on this performance. Golkazi with a short goal kick as they continue to dominate the game. We'd expect it now with that extra man. The wing-back's getting plenty of space out there. Adams into Wolf, got so much time. He gets it back out to the right wing-back. Chance to deliver. There's 2 in the box again. Back to the edge to Campbell instead. He shoots it, deflects into the corner. Timo Werner scores a goal he knows nothing about. And with 30 minutes gone, it's now 3-0 and we're at risk of being embarrassed in this match. Well, we've got the ball on the left. Can we finally create a chance? Leon Bailey trying his best to cause something special. Into the box, he's headed away. Look how many men they've got in the middle there. So many players over on top. But Bailey's on the end of a long ball. Dragovic with a hoof over the top of the pitch. And manages to get through to Bailey, who forces a save. Tipped over the bar for a corner. It's going to be taken by Aaron Gies. The deep line playmaker takes over the set pieces. Into the front post. Doesn't even beat the first man. Tar picks it up on the edge of the box. All the way back to halfway to Weiser. Good switch of play out to Aaron Gies, but the highlight ends is still 3-0. It's been a really poor match so far. Weiser with a throw in on the right hand side. Bayer holds it up for Weiser again. Back to Aaron Gies and into Havertz. He tries to find Folland over the top. In one-on-one, can he score? Slides it in the corner, a really good finish, and the deficit has been taken down to 3-1. Well, half-time, it's 3-1 here. We're down to 10 men. It couldn't have been going much worse. Bayern are winning their game, so as it stands, they're back up to second. And we could be finishing this season with mediocrity, just about reaching expectations. We've dropped to cautious for the second half, just to see if we can catch them on the break. I've no idea if it'll work or not. We'll give it 10 minutes to see what happens. Campbell with a long ball downfield is wandled away by Vendel. He picks out Havertz and now Bailey. If we could get a second, it would be interesting. Folland in one-on-one, beats the keeper, does he? He does, and he gets the tiniest fingertip on it and just tips it wide of the far post for a corner. It's going to be taken by Aaron Gies. We are looking a little bit creative on the break though, so let's see if we can do something with a corner. To the back post of Volland, nods it down and off the line. Aaron Gies gets it again on the right. We're really starting to build some pressure. Into the box, headed away. Bellarabi picks it up 25 yards out. Aaron Gies keeping it again. Good switch of play to Vendel and now Dragovic. The highlight ends, no further danger to the Leipzig goal, but at least we're making a fist of it, and with nearly an hour gone on the clock, it's a short goal kick for RB Leipzig. They're playing it out from the back. The 3 centre-halves look confident. Campbell's had a brilliant game in there too. Wolf running in behind, finds Werner, one-on-one skins the keeper. It's 4-1. Hradecki had a poor moment there. Didn't even look like getting towards it. He just stood still and let Werner around him, and the gap between the sides is back to 3 goals. Vendel with a throw on the left-hand side. Bailey will pick it up from him. Can we at least get a few goals to put in a show? It looks like the title race is over now, as is this game in fact, but as long as we can put up a bit of a fist, we're not going to complain too much. Werner's just skinned Jonathan Tah. He's supposed to be better physically, the centre half, but he's been absolutely skinned, and Hradecki's forced into a save, and we might as well make the last 2 changes. We've not really got anything to lose. So Bellarabi's going to be replaced. Bailey will go over to that right-hand side. He likes to be an inside forward, I think. In fact, we'll go for an inverted winger on support, as we don't want to get left too exposed. RB will come on the left despite his knock. Aaron Gies not had a good game either. So Sven Bender will come on as a ball-winning midfielder, and we'll drop him back to that slightly more defensive role. Throw on the right-hand side. Leipzig still pouring forward. We're going to go back to balanced, in fact, because we're getting skinned while we're playing on the counter. They're dominating the match, and now it's been volleyed in from 25 yards. Campbell scored an absolute screamer. Werner sets it up and we're now 5-1 down. This could not have gone any worse if we tried it. Still 20 minutes left, they've still got the man advantage. We could yet concede 6 or 7 here, and the goal difference is certainly going to take a hit, and this invincible record we had 2 games ago has been crushed in our last 2 home games. Campbell picks the ball up in the holding midfield role. He finds Haidara and Wolf. The 3 of those have dominated this match in the middle, and up front they've got Timo Werner too. Adams in behind the right wing back. Good challenge by Vendel to prevent another goal, but it's only a corner kick. They could yet score a 6th here. We're going to have to defend this very comfortably. Campbell gets the ball into the box. Keeper does well. Hradecky makes it comfortable. We said that with a pinch of salt, and he gets the distribution right too. Quick ball out to Leon Bailey on the right wing. He's got one man to take on. He beats him and crosses. Cleared away by the defender. They're first to everything at both ends of the pitch, and it's still 5-1 with 10 minutes remaining. Well, we're watching Leipzig lift the title. No more highlights at the end of this game. A 5-1 defeat. They've done it in style, and we can't argue about them winning the title. Yes, we were 9 points behind when we started this challenge, but we've been given ample opportunity to get back in it, and a 5-1 defeat sends us down to 3rd place too. What a disastrous way to finish this series. We're not going to worry about episode 7. There's no point in truth as we're now 7 points behind, and we're pretty much certain we're going to finish 3rd place now, which is the season expectation for Bayer Leverkusen. So we failed the challenge of staying invincible, we failed the opportunity of getting back in the title race, and we failed to finish above 3rd place too. We've actually dropped a position since starting the series. We'll quickly see what the media said about the game. The Bundesliga hopes are over, and we have to watch the away side lift the trophy, as we were absolutely woeful and beaten comfortably. Rezos is banned for his red card. The referee's decision was probably justified. We'll stick to the usual fine, and hopefully he won't be upset with that. He accepts it, which is pretty good of him, but a really poor bit of discipline from him, and in fact both games we've been cost by him when we've lost. The first one he missed due to suspension with 5 yellows. We lost that one with Dragovic in his place, and then he gets sent off here, which led to a 5-1 defeat. We were only 1-0 down when he got the red. So a very disappointing way to finish, but we have to admit failure in this challenge. 2 defeats in just 5 games in charge. In fact, it couldn't have been much worse for an easy challenge. We don't win the Bundesliga, we don't compete for the title. Unfortunately, Leipzig gave us an absolute pasting. But if you did enjoy this episode and series, please do put a thumbs up on the video. I really do appreciate it, and it makes such a difference to the video performance. Let me know in the comments where you think it all went wrong. I'm probably sure I can work it out for myself here. Rezos, of course, at fault again. The inconsistency of youth coming back to haunt us. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM20 content from my 2 long-term stories. Our journeyman story combined with the director of football challenge, the head coach. That one will be back today at 4:30, resuming after the winter break. And then our Dorking Wanderers One Club story will be back tomorrow, again at the same time of 4:30. I'm also part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews, and there's a link to the latest matchday vlog in the eye above if you want to check it out. But a massive thanks for watching this one and following along with this series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time at 4:30 today as we continue our head coach story, hoping to do slightly better than we did in this one.